Hello and welcome to another legacy video. Yes, today we're gonna be trying legacy a little bit. The other day I experimented a little bit in the format and I had actually a lot of fun. So this past weekend, what happened is the SCG con took place, and there I read a Reddit post about somebody playing Amulet in Legacy and actually doing well, and I'm just like, yeah, okay. You got me. I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna bite. I'm gonna take the bait, and I'm going to see where things go. I made a couple of changes to the list that they suggested, but this is something that I haven't tried in years. I tried to make a Legacy Amulet work in the past, but this was before Field of Dead. This was before Cavern of Soul. No, not because Cavern of Soul, but before Ursa Saga, before Boseiju, before Endurance, before Once Upon a Time. So as you can probably, take a hint here, or like, I haven't tried this in a really long time, and a lot of very busted cards have been printed since then. Also, we have access to some classics, like some cards that are actually banned in Modern. That is Summer Bloom. We're playing 4 copies. Once Upon a Time, we're also playing 4 copies of this, and we're also playing some cards that probably will never be legal in Modern because they would be completely broken, like Exploration. So we're not messing around with like Azusa's and like Arboreal Gracers. We're just going for broke with Exploration, which is probably the best ramp card of all time, like the best ramp card printed ever. So yeah, we're doing a little bit of that. We also have access to, again, Summer Bloom, which combos with our Amulet. Whenever we have a bounce land, we can actually turn to a Titan thanks to Summer Bloom. But I'm not really aiming this version of the deck, at least the current deck list that I'm working with. I'm not really aiming it at doing the Titan thing as quickly as possible. I'm aiming it towards being as consistent as I can. So it's kind of built a little bit more closer towards being a mid-range deck than anything else, really, because we have access to not that many bounce lands. I'm only playing 7. You're gonna notice that I'm not playing the Boros package. I'm playing Battlements instead, because I just need to make room for other cards, and I'm playing 3 copies of Cavern of Souls. Field of the Dead is gonna be my late game, and of course we're playing 4 copies of Ursa's Saga. So this is my very first rough draft at taking this idea for a spin. No idea whether it's actually going to work, and if it's, I just want to see whether it has potential or not. The thing that I want to point out is you will notice that I have only 9 untapped green sources, which means that it's not super likely that we're going to get to Exploration on turn 1. I just don't know where to find that room, though. Like, we could cut Bojuke Bog, we could cut Toleria West, we could cut, Caracas from the main deck. I don't think that we can cut down on Cavern of Souls. I think that Legacy is a format that is kind of defined by force of will, right? So as such, we're trying to cast a 6-mana spell. I don't think that we can, really afford to be messing around with it. The other option would be to just cut the Dryad package altogether. We could cut all the copies of Dryad, and that would also allow us to cut the Valakut, and that would just give us a lot of flexibility. So that's definitely something that I'm interested in giving a shot to, by the way. So we'll see how that works out. But for now, this is deck list that we're going to be working with. I'm playing 4 Summoner's Pact. Maybe I should be playing less. I'm also running no Green Sun Zenith either. So that's also another interesting thought that we can take a peek at. And then lands that I consider that I couldn't find room for include Maze of Ith, which could be a pretty solid main deck inclusion. In fact, it probably should be a card that I should be playing. Something like Radiant Fountain also felt maybe a little bit underwhelming, so I decided to cut it eventually. And yeah, just more on top green sources is something that I'm interested in. Basically, I will take as many green sources as I can make room for. But yeah, Wasteland is a card, though. Wasteland is definitely a card. So I don't know if we can really be playing bounce lands in Legacy, that is precisely the reason why I didn't really try this again. Like, in the past, I did give this a shot, but like Wasteland was just too much. The thing is, right now we have enough redundancy thanks to Once Upon a Time and Summer Blend and like Dryad and stuff. Like, we have just so many different angles of attack that I think it's worth taking it for another spin. In the sideboard, I have like a little bit of everything. I have some extra copies of Endurance because this card is busted. In fact, I should probably be playing the 4th copy. I'm also playing a couple of more utility lands. Tabernacle, good against stuff like elves and whatnot. Wasteland against Merit Lages, and Field of the Dead against like grindy control decks. couple of copies of Force of Vigor, and one very interesting card, which is Seeds of Innocence. This is very much geared towards the 8-cast deck, or like whatever the current name is, like the one that plays with the Blastoise guy. So we're gonna see how that goes. But yeah, Seeds of Innocence is a pretty nice little sideboard tech against the blue blue or blue-white heavy artifact decks. Mindbreak Trap is, we don't really have that many potential answers against combo. So we're using Mindbreak Trap here. One card that I was interested in also giving a try to was Hypno Reveal. The idea for Hypno Reveal would be to like target the Doomsday decks, which is pretty hilarious. It's an interesting tech for sure. You can sacrifice it and then you mill 4 cards, so your opponent resolves Doomsday and you're just like, whoops, surprise. Here's just mill your cards and now you just deck yourself. It's pretty funny. And then Carpet of Flowers against Control and Delver and stuff like that, and 1 copy of Tormod Script against combo. We can of course transmute for Tormod Script, but just some access to instant speed. Graveyard Hate. Again, like this is likely that it should just be another Endurance. Like this card's just so good, but we'll see how it goes. If you're enjoying the content, particularly if you're enjoying the Legacy content, make sure you let me know in the comments down below and hit that like and subscribe button. That way I know that I should be making more Legacy content, because in the past, Legacy content has been kind of meh. But this is fun Legacy content, so maybe even modern players can dig this kind of stuff. And if you're interested in me playing any deck of your choosing, or if you're interested in something like a booking coaching session or something like that, make sure that you check out the description of the video below to find all the information you need. Without further ado, round number 1, let's go. All right, let's go. I just look at this hand and I'm in awe. Yes, I would like to keep. Thank you. Wow, what a delight. Am I just? This is just a really nice very first hand to share on Twitter. Let's start with Once Upon a Time, Prime Time. Yep. Play that. Exploration. Here we go. I'm just having too much fun. Oh no! Opponent doesn't like fun. My prime time. No. Man. Thoughtseize is broken. Just ban Thoughtseize. Just ban it. Play Dryad. And I think we're just gonna make a token here. And we're gonna pass the turn. Maybe my opponent's playing like an actual... Oh, yeah, that's... I was like, maybe they're playing Hymn to Torak, but there's no way they're playing him, right? So I have 3 land drops here. I got 3 land drops. So we do Expedition Map, Crack Expedition Map, Fetch T-West. Expedition Map. I'm gonna bounce this. Crack Map for T-West. Trying to think. I have 2 more land drops. Bounce this, replay this. Next turn. Yeah, that's fine, right? We got some pretty good attacks here. Most obviously Telegraphed Endurance of all time, but I'm not playing around anything, so. good. I don't know what I'm playing against. Am I putting turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Goif? They're just playing Boomer Jund. Maybe they're just playing Boomer Jund. I just mistakenly joined the Modern League. Everybody's playing Modern in Legacy today. Don't hit me, bro. Don't do it. Don't hit me. I wonder if my opponent has something like Opposition Agent. Like, I probably can't beat an Opposition Agent. Probably can never beat an Opposition Agent in a gazillion years. Boseiju, my land. Sure. My Amulet, not my land, sorry. That's fine. You're still taking 6 this turn. Amulet? Cruel Turf. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And should be 1, 2, 3. So I could go get Valakut if I wanted to. If I go get Valakut, that allows me to play around Thoughtseize. But if my opponent Thoughtseizes, that's kind of fine. I guess I could also transmute for Saga. We shuffle the back map into the map back into the deck. So like if we go find Saga, yeah, I actually like that. So if we go find Saga, we can just get another expedition map. So we can just play like this slow grindy game. Endurance shuffling back your stuff is just so good, regardless of format. Right, opponent, better be able to do something really good here. Death Cloud. Grist. That's not even remotely close to enough. Not even remotely. It's gonna gain my opponent a little bit of time though. Because now I have to send everybody at Grist. So it's effectively a little time walk. Obviously, I'm being very generous by calling Grist a time walk there, and I think I do want the Saga to pop off, and I also want to have this in play. I think. No, because then I can't chain. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna chill here. So this is gonna get expedition map, and then map is gonna find Valakut, and that's gonna be lethal next turn. I think that's the line. Aracas. That's a Goifo. Liliana of the Veil. Get a plus. Minus. So this is not lethal because I'm gonna have to get my send. Oh no, it is lethal. Like I have a bounce land in hand. Of course, this is lethal. Oh, this is just like super lethal, I guess. Super wildly lethal. Ooh yeah. Is this good enough? Is this good enough? Kijogoif. Oh, I guess it grew. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Swing, swing, swing. on there. Obviously, I'm gonna kill Lily. Send everybody else. Send everything else upstairs. So my opponent is just playing like Black Noble Hierarch. Yeah, so my opponent is just playing a modern deck in Legacy. So I think I want the second field. And I want the endurances, and that's it. Cut the Summer Blooms and cut a Cavern of Souls. Could cut Caracas. Yeah, Cavern of Souls is a colored source, so yeah, let's go. Let's go. Okay, obviously we're gonna ship this hand, and I think we're gonna keep this one. Keep this one. I'm gonna send the Cavern of Souls. Interesting. Well, we have nothing that we can Once Upon a Time for. So I think I just lead on Saga and say go. Opponent could have Force. They're playing green after all. But if they want to Boseiju my Saga, like that's just kind of whatever. Like, it just doesn't really matter. What is this? Him? Feed the Swarm. All right. To say I wasn't expecting that to happen would be the understatement of the century, right? Let's get a Growth Chamber. Let's play my Amulet and say go. Feed the Swarm, dude. Wow. The Swarm has been fed. Zenith for 2. Zenith for a Goifo. All right. Here you go. Liliana minus now. Got another Thoughtseize? You're gonna need something here, opponent. Yeah, that's just not enough. That is not enough. So let me think here. Opponent showed me Boseiju last game, right? So since they showed me Boseiju, I think I want to lead on Gruul Turf. Because if my opponent wants to Boseiju the Turf, then I can just bounce Growth Chamber and then do the same thing. And if they Boseiju the Amulet, I can just play the Boseiju myself and just cast the Titan next turn. So I'm gonna lead on Gruul Turf because my opponent showed me Boseiju game 1. So Grief pitching Toxic Deluge. Okay, so I'm just gonna get my Summoners Pact here. I don't know why they didn't do this before. Like, they missed out on a point of damage. Could matter actually, because it's the difference between a 2 and a 3 turn clock. Exploration. Attack you. Holding this so I can discard it to Liliana. That's another Tarmogoyf. Primetime? Tularia West? Basic Forest. Okay. So I'm gonna have to chomp. And we're dead to remove a spell on the Dryad because that would put an enchantment in the graveyard. So I want to play out my lands. Just in case my opponent has an answer to the Amulet. We have to chomp here because we lose to any removal spell on the Dryad. Although I guess that's actually the opposite. In fact, I should take it because we are dead to remove a spell on the Dryad, so my opponent doesn't have a removal spell. So I should take it. I should go down to 1, and then that means that if I resolve Prime Time, like I'm dead to something stupid like Collective Brutality, but I don't think I'm supposed to play around that. The 1 point of damage that my opponent lost because of their poor sequencing actually coming into play here. Seeds of Innocence. I mean, if we... my opponent... their sequencing today has not been top tier. That was lethal, yeah. I mean, that would have forced a chump. That would have forced a chump, but... so... I think I want to play out the Boseiju and pass the turn. Primetime doesn't win. Like I'm one land. No, actually, Primetime does stabilize because I played out the Boseiju. So what I can do is next turn, if I find Primetime, I get to Primetime, get bounce land plus what do I want to do here? Just shuffle my own stuff. I can Primetime. Oh, this is actually just neither of my creatures dies. Wow, this is so good actually. Enduring is so sick. I didn't even consider that fact. That's kind of awesome. Okay, Primetime? No Primetime. Am I playing this out? So if I play it out, my opponent can find like something to answer it. So I think I do play it out because it's better against this card and Liliana. So pass the turn. And what a weird game. We're there to like a gazillion different things though. Opponent seems like they drew something. They're casting spells. I don't like them casting spells. 5 mana? Seen it for 4? What is this? Questing Beast or something? Grist. Ah. Oh, they milled something to grow the Tarmogoyfs. Man. Alright, Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan actually stabilizes here. Because I have Amulet. Primetime? No. No. Alright, game 3. Oh, man, so close. Yeah, this seems fine to me. Maybe Knuckle? Nah, I don't think Tabernacle does what I wanted to do. They just have like bigger dudes as opposed to smaller dudes. So, all right, what do we got here? Am I shipping this? I'm not shipping this. I'm keeping this. This is a mulligan though. Like Summer Bloom does literally nothing in this hand, but I mean I don't know. Like I can find a bounce land, and all of a sudden Summer Bloom does something. A little bit unfortunate that we drew Like if my opponent has Boseiju, then like that could be problematic for us. I still don't think I'm supposed to. Like this hand is just, it's basically discard proof, right? Saga. I think I play this out and now I Summer Bloom. Bounce Land would have been great. That's nice because that means that I don't have to crack this heat, which is pretty cool. Feed the swarm. The swarm has been fed. Ignoble Hierarch. I'm gonna get Thoughtseize here. Aish. Yep. Those are legendary, my friend. Yikes. Hymn to Torak. I think I'll let that resolve. My opponent's sequencing this entire match has been not great. Their sequencing has been not stellar. Also, this thing is gonna clock me really quickly. I was not expecting to die to a Dolphy Voidwalker when I joined this league. Oh, come on, man. Come on. Yeah, my opponent hasn't read their cards. They have not read their cards. Feels bad. Feels very, very bad. Alrighty. Man, I need the land. I need the land here. So, I mean, if my opponent continues to forget the fact that there's a Dolphy Voidwalker in play, maybe we can steal this. Seems unlikely. What is this? I'm gonna go get Grist. Yeah. It's getting tougher. It's definitely getting tougher here. They missed the point of damage. Yeah, my opponent is just all over the place. Yeah, this is kind of unfortunate. I have very few cards that do nothing. And this is, I think I have exactly 2 cards that do nothing. And this is one of those 2. This is one of the 2 cards that do nothing. There we go. They finally read the card. They read the card. It's some wild stuff, man. Imagine reading your cards. Man, this is very tilting. This is very, very tilting. But it's fine. It is fine. To be fair, I didn't have that much expectations when when I joined the league, so I can't really be too upset about anything. What can I draw? If I draw Primetime, what happens? I can cast it. I can cast it, but it just doesn't really do anything. Because I can't haste, and I can't trigger field. So I don't have an answer to their Primeval Titan. Yeah, okay. Got it back in. All right, see you next round. All right. Yeah, let's keep this. Let's keep this hand. Turn one, once upon into. I mean, I really wanted to make room for Wasteland because of Raminab. Saga. That's a combo. Do I go turn one Amulet? Do I turn one Saga or turn one? Yeah, I think so. If I really want to make a token, I can. Cavern of Souls, naming human. Dude, what is... what is with this Modern League that I just joined? Completely unaware. I just joined a Modern League over here. So I'm just gonna go giant, play my second item, let me just say go. Kind of wasting this Saga a little bit, but then we can replay it off of the Raminap. Esper Sentinel resolves. Second Esper Sentinel also resolves. Blaststone is another land that I was interested in, kind of seeing what's up. What am I gonna do here? Really missing a way to make it like extra land drops here. I think I'm just getting another Amulet. And just play this silly excavator past the turn. Okay. Mother doesn't protect from what's his name? From Valaka triggers, so got me. Nah, gonna block you. In case you're wondering, yeah, I'm gonna block you. Yeah. They can give pro green, but oh. I was not expecting my opponent to be playing any colored spells, to be honest. So here I can have my opponent draw 2 cards. I think that's worth it, because if I find Primetime, I just win. Dryad. Alright, I guess that also plays. And here we're gonna name, I guess I'm just gonna name Dryad. I could spend this turn to transmute, but then like I can just do it next turn and just do everything on the same turn. We have an answer to this Dryad opponent. Reflector Mage. Well, I learned my lesson. Although I guess that they can't actually do it now. Yeah. I'm gonna block it. Lieutenant. Sure. Oh, what's up? How's it going, Summoner's Pact? How you feeling? How you feeling over there? I can actually pay for all 3 of these. Seems kind of worth it. Pay 2. Pay 2. Pay 2. Prime time. Cast prime time. Yes. Valakut. Growth Chamber. Float. Float. Blue. 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 Green. Bounce here. Transmute. Summoner's Pact. Here we get to do the thing. Should be good enough. Should be good enough. All right, sideboarding against humans. So historically, ooh, this card looks good. This card looks good too. And I think that's kind of it. Endurance is a little bit medium, but Jukubog can go. And I don't think I want Wasteland. Not sure I want Endurance. Summer Bloom has been a little bit lackluster. Maybe we shouldn't be playing 4 copies. Maybe we can just do like 3 copies. Yeah, let's just, I want the draw. Maybe on the draw it's a little bit better. Just got the Endurance. Yeah. All right, round number 2. Yeah, let's keep this. If we find a bounce land, this hand kind of slaps. We can go turn 1 Exploration. One goes turn 1 Vial. Let's lead on Once Upon. I think I'm gonna go for Saga. And we can go turn 1 Exploration into Saga into Amulet. Seems okay. Next turn we can Field. And then Vesuva probably copy the Saga. Not bad. Not bad at all. Summoner's Pact is gone. That's a pretty good one. And I think I'm just copying the saga, yeah. And now this pops off. I just get to cast Prime Time next turn, unless my opponent interacts with my Amulet. I imagine that if they do have Melee Mage, they're going to cast it right now. General Kudro. What does this guy do? This does something that interacts with Prime Time. You can play 2 and sack 2 humans and destroy target creature, and whenever it or another human enters the battlefield, you exile target card from a graveyard. Okay, so we're not gonna get to I guess I chump. No, let's not chump actually. Let's just take it. We can chop next turn. Expedition map, crack map, growth chamber. Play this. And this is why exploration will never be in Modern. Never, ever in a gazillion years. Never, ever, ever will exploration be in Modern. If you think it will be, it will not. Yeah. We have no packs to pay for, so we can go to Lura West Tabernacle. That's just so gross, man. Although I guess my opponent's gonna sack 2 on upkeep anyway. But then they just give me the summoner. It's like, yeah, this is just disgusting. This is just absolutely disgusting. Nakuya. Maybe I should have gotten a Yavimaya there, even. It's possible I should have gotten a Yavimaya there. So now my opponent upkeep cannot pay for both of these and sack them to kill my Prime Time, but like that where do they go from there, right? Yeah. So we're 1-1 in this Modern League. See you next round. Alright, we're on the draw here. Turn 1, Exploration. I'm gonna just keep in this hand. I want to just keep this hand and see where it goes. Exploration is a really messed up card. I can't sequence my lands in such a way. I can't sequence my. Ooh, that's a good topic. Can't sequence in such a way that, well, never mind. Now I can. I was gonna say I can't sequence my lands in such a way that I can make sure that I have Titan. But yeah, this Saga is a sick draw. So now I can go turn 1 Boseiju into Exploration, Exploration into Saga. Now next turn I can float mana, play bounce land, replay Boseiju, and make a construct. And then following turn I just Titan them on 3 with an Amulet. Not bad. Not half bad. Let's see what my opponent's up to over there. Prismatic Ending? No. Why? I was being a good guy. Why am I getting punished for having fun? Another Hierarch. Yeah, tap land is fine. Sending Giant. I mean, it's not great, but at least it allows me to like make a construct this turn, make another construct next turn, set up for Titan on the following turn. If they have another ending, they're gonna get rid of the Amulet, so that sucks. And ending on the Exploration was a big deal there. Knight is a problem. We do have access to Bojuka Box, so we can keep the Knight tiny, but it's going to start It's just Maverick. Huh. Okay. Just gonna start wastelanding our stuff. And I'm not too happy about that. I'm not too happy about my stuff getting wastelanded. We're definitely gonna go for Amulet, however. Let's go for T-West here. Let's attack. Opponent has access to Night, and Night means Wasteland. But they only have one forest or plains. So that's good for me. Well, this is the best possible case scenario here. Love this, yeah. Hex Drinker. That's fine. It's not gonna matter. And the constructs being colorless obviously means that they're protected from Mom, which is perfect. Big draw. Big draw. Big draw. Massive draw here. Yeah. Gonna get Summoner's Pact. And I think we just serve. Sick, yeah. Opponent can trade the Mom on Hex Drinker. It's not a good trade. And now my opponent has to Wasteland. Oh, they top deck enough. That's huge. That's such a good top deck. They were down to 0 cards. That is such an insane top deck. Jesus. That is such an insane top deck. I can't believe it. Wow. So Drinker is now 4/4. Pro instance. Yeah, that I don't know that my opponent knows what I'm up to here. So now I just get to resolve Primetime. They blew up my Valakut and I only have 1 copy, so what that means is that I'm not gonna be able to Valakut unless I have, what's his name? But it's okay, we're gonna get to Primetime here. Balance Boseiju because why not? And now they're gonna have to do some chump blocking here. I mean, I am gonna get to Dryad, and then I Field of the Dead. Then blowing up the Valakut sucks a little bit though. I guess I don't get to Field of the Dead. That's wrong. I'm at 11 though. This is worst case scenario. This is a 6/6, and then it's 6. Oh no, this has to jump. Oh no, they can just jump one of the constructs. So never mind. What's the best thing I can do here? I can go Growth Chamber plus Saga or plus Field. Oh, we can go Vesuva, copy Growth Chamber plus Field. We're gonna bounce the other bounce land, and then we can bounce the Vesuva later. It's probably worse than just Saga, right? But I kind of want to put a Dryad into play. This Knight can grow up to 3/3 right now. 4, 5, 6, 7. Still not enough to kill me. I think I'm just backing for Dryad here. So let's go Saga, Growth Chamber. Just gonna bounce the Cavern of Souls. Opponent can't trade with the prime time. And they are gonna get to block here, but then they also need to throw one of these two in the garbage. I assume that they're just gonna block Noble Hierarch and give they can give pro colorless actually. Nice. Yeah, I guess that's a free point of damage that they're saving. Just the mom just gives itself pro green, which is fine. Oh, it doesn't really do anything. Cycling there is a little bit weird. Back for Dryad. I'm gonna play with Seiju just in case somehow my opponent finds a way to wasteland two of my green sources and kill my Dryad or force a chump block. Alright, opponent plays second Knight. Okay. Does that do anything? It doesn't do anything, no. Just doesn't do anything. I'm just gonna pact for what's his name? And it's just goes face. Yep. Take 6. 5 is not 0. Okay. Let's pay for pact. Play Ramanap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would like to kill you, please. All right, sideboarding. Sideboarding. I think I want the extra field, and the wasteland seem nice. Maybe I want Knuckle. Again, as I've been doing pretty reliably, we're gonna cut some Summer Blooms. This feels like a combo matchup card. It doesn't seem particularly good in the main deck. So maybe that's something to keep in mind. Cavern for waste. Knuckle. And then Endurance. We go up to 31 lands, but one of those is Tabernacle, right? So it doesn't tap for mana unless I have Yavimaya in play already. Maze of Ith is another land that I was low-key interested in. Don't know if this is the matchup for it, but it's at least another land to kind of have to keep in mind. Yes, I will keep this hand. So if I find the green source off the top, we're gonna pop off very nicely. Just casual turn 1 exploration into Amulet. No big. That's actually turn 2 Titan. Green source? Never lucky. Never lucky. Well, show me the prismatic ending, opponent. That's what I'm gonna say here. Show me the prismatic ending. There's actually an argument. Huh. Maybe I should have gone turn 1 Valakut. Pass. Then turn 2, play Growth Chamber. No, but if my opponent plays Thalia, then we get super punished, so that's probably not worth it. That looks like a prismatic ending, though. And now if my opponent does have a Wasteland, we're in really bad shape. Yeah, so I should have held. And then turn 2 could have gone. Yeah, that would have been so much better. We could have played Amulet into Exploration and just guarantee that we get that. Now Wasteland destroys us. Okay, so we're gonna go land. Probably should. I don't know why my opponent would not Wasteland me there. It's kind of mind blowing that they wouldn't Wasteland me. Giant Heen, obviously. Play Exploration. And I think my opponent's gonna have access to triple Wasteland. I'm gonna play the Valakut because I think this is not very good for my opponent to destroy. Like, they're gonna waste my Grulter for sure. And then maybe they waste this as opposed to my Saga, and that's good for me. Opponent forces Exploration and Saga. Pitching Knight. Well, that's really bad for me. So they could have... Wow, they could have super punished me. Pitching so many basics. Yeah, we got super punished by my play. It was a bad line. It was a bad line. Like, I focused on the best case scenario and forgot, just completely ignored the worst case scenario. And was rightfully punished by that. So now my opponent, like, they should definitely be taking a turn off here and just crack and just Wasteland me. Don't care too much about Hex Drinker. Should 100% Wasteland me here. Yep. That force was a big deal though. Like, the force was everything. I think that without the force we would have been able to catch up, because I would have been able to pack for Raminap and then just undo everything that my opponent did. But wait, what? Okay, I'm gonna try it here. I could name Naga. Blast Zone, another consideration. Even if I find prime time, the Hex Drinker kills me. Yeah, this is fine. I should have just played better that turn. It was a poorly played turn, and I was rightfully punished. Yeah, I don't think that we can keep this hand. We can keep this one though. Keep bottom. Turn 1 Saga, your go. Okay. I don't know how much we can really play around force, unfortunately for me. I'm not sure how much we can play against around force. So it's kind of gonna be what it's gonna be. The good thing though is that, you know, we're putting a bunch of threats. I mean, a bunch of threats, like a bunch of ways to ramp in play. Man, it's like this wasteland card is kind of hard to beat, huh? Okay, bounce land and we win. Oh, they also have the force? Jesus. Wow, really? You have all of that? Wow. That's so much. That is so much stuff. Okay, do I want a bounce land or do I want... We got the Cruel Turf and I'm probably gonna be pack team for... Man, I'm so far behind. Like, wow, I can't believe they had everything. Jeez. Force plus Wasteland plus double ramp. I probably just have to get lucky at this point. I think I probably just gotta get lucky here. At this point, I probably just have to get lucky. That is so brutal. That is so brutal. The good thing is that we're not out of it though. Like if I find a bounce land here, opponent's down to 1 card in hand. They have no clock. I think I'm playing that. Like it puts me a little bit behind here, but it also puts my opponent significantly behind. That force. They pitched a good card to the force though, at least. Like if they had played the knight on that previous turn, I would be in so much worse shape. So at least I am gaining a little bit of breathing room here. Like that knuckle was a pretty good draw. Okay. Let's name Dryad there. Let's say go. really have to dodge a Gaia's Cradle, honestly. This is not looking extremely bad. It's not looking extremely bad. We have business in hand too, which is nice. So play that out. And we're gonna play out a Dryad. If my opponent has a second force, we just accept defeat. Plowshares. That's kind of fine, honestly. Don't care that much about that. This coming turn is going to be interesting. I guess it depends on what they do, but I may want to play Raminap. Play land, fetch. Let's see what my opponent has. Because playing back team for Raminap means that I die to I die to Wasteland. Take one. So they have Plowshares. One of their two cards is Source to Plowshares. Okay, so we'll just continue taking it easy then. Yep. Take the Growth Chamber. Just bounce the bounce land. And if my opponent doesn't have Wasteland, we tighten them next turn. And it's nice that I just get to jam even into the Plowshares because I just have another Titan in hand, so I don't really care. So we gotta dodge Prismatic Ending / basically any answer to the Amulet. But now Force is not that bad. Wasteland is really bad though. Wasteland is indeed quite awful for us. That one is one turn too slow. Nice. Also, they tapped out. I think I'm just bouncing this. So. There's no way they have Solitude. I'm not gonna respect Solitude. Balakut, Battlements. Also, I'm wastelanding them for sure. Haste. It's a quick Titan. And here I'm gonna get Field. Field of the Dead and Wasteland, I think. That's a free block, so good block from opponent. I mean, they still have to deal with, you know, the fact that I have a Titan, and the fact that I have Field of the Dead, and the fact that if they want to keep their creatures, you know, like this, Knuckle is going to start taxing them. Even if they do answer the Titan, I already have another one. Let's just say that I like my spot. Let's just say that I think I'm in okay shape here. And this is after my opponent. Did some very powerful stuff. This is after my opponent went turn 1 ramp creature into turn 2 wasteland you into force you. That was their draw, otherwise they would have played the last turn. And I think that's gonna be a game. We know they have Plow. because otherwise, you know, they would have. But the nice thing is that we just don't have to play into anything. That's the great thing about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'm not paying for the zombies. They're waiting until I pay, which I will pay. Here comes the plow. What is this, trophy? No. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I want to copy field. Do I want to copy field? Yeah. Hello. Daddy's home. Sure. I already played my land here, so I'm not gonna be able to haste this Titan. But it also doesn't matter. I could get the Abimaya, that means I can tap Knuckle for mana. Don't think I care too much though. Though having Yabimaya in play is kind of nice because it means that I can't really die to like a random flurry of wastelands, which I currently can. So let's just get the Yabimaya and I guess let's get it to Larry West. Just pass the turn. But now they're gonna need what, 2 wastelands? Well, they can't have that, so we have successfully overpowered the Maverick deck, and that's game. Do I? Just want to make sure that we pay for Pact. One, 2, 3, 4. I can just pay for everything. Is that better? I guess I want to leave 3 mana, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I can save 2 of these. So I'm gonna say no. 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 And then this one will save. This one will save. This one will save. And that one will also save. Swing. I'm not sure what my opponent's trying to accomplish here. Not sure what they're trying to accomplish, but I mean, I'm having fun, so I'm having fun, so I think that Knuckle did its job. We can just win now and just stop wasting time on clicks. We beat a lot of interaction here. We beat a lot of interaction. That's kind of nice. That's kind of nice winning through all of this interaction. Oh no, it's night. I have not played with this card in paper yet, and I honestly kind of hate it. Like, you play it, and then for the remainder of the game, you just gotta keep track of day and night. That sounds so irritating. Alright, opponent. You have... You have wastelanded. You have wastelanded my Ursa Saga. I appreciate that. Alright, see you next round. Okay, I'm looking at this hand, and all I can think of is just gives me some really, really nice vibes. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. This hand brings me back, man. This hand brings me back. Uh-oh. Is this the mulch deck? Certainly looks like it. Turn 1 Valakut Exploration. Alright. Here's a saga. Go. Actually, drawing another land means that I can just Summer Bloom for value now, which is pretty nice. What did they get? Expedition map? Okay, so they had the Natty Wasteland, which kind of sucks for me. They did pitch an expedition map though, so I'm just gonna play another saga here. Say go. Just trying to turbo saga as quickly as I can. So this just seems like it's straight up lands. Let's see if Beating Needle. Sure. Don't really care about that. I do care if they have another wasteland though. So please don't have that. They can't play it. Yes. Sweet. Actually, I may get outraised here. Maybe I do get outraised here. So we just gotta draw. If we find another amulet, we find a dryad or... Oh, come on. Come on, the third wasteland? What is this shit? Really? 3 natty wastelands. 3 natty wastelands. Come on, man. Give me a break. Alright, we're playing against lands. This seems okay. This seems solid. This seems good. So these are the cards I'm interested in. As usual, Summer Blooms come out. Can shape some of that. I'm gonna shape on impact. Yeah, let's go with something like that. I could also cut some number of okay, I'll keep this. Could have also cut some number of other things. I don't think there's anything I can really draw from here, so I'm just gonna go turn 1, Saga, go. But there's nothing really I can find of the Once Upon a Time, so not really any point for that. Can blow it up if we want to. Probably don't care too much about it. Same thing here. Just gonna play Wasteland and say go. So it's 2 to make the first token and then 1 to turn this into a flyer. Okay. Another stage. Pyrite Spellbomb. Okay, interesting. Still not wastelanding anything. That's big. That's a big draw. Yeah. Amulet. Cast without paying mana cost. Kind of bricked there. But that's okay. So we can take Gruul Turf here, play another Amulet, then play this. And I'm going to... I guess I don't have to do anything just yet. I kind of want to Boseiju this. Now they can upgrade their servo. Value. They can make it 2020 now. So maybe this was loose. Oh, I have Caracas. I can just tighten for Caracas, it's fine. We don't care about the 2020. We only care about Wasteland. My best draw would be what? Dryad? Exploration? Crop Rot? Blast Zone. They blow up their own foundry here, so this is not free for them, but it's definitely necessary. Probably not happy to do it, but they just have to. So now we both go back to the Stone Age. Oh, come on. Come on, dude. You can't just have it all, you know? There has to be a limit. Has to get to a point where you just don't have it all the time. That's okay, that's not that good. So that's good. So now they can Thespian stage my bounce land, I just noticed. That's cute. That's cute. Alright, so no loam is good. I could Dryad here. We'll lose 2 life from the loam. I mean, I think that I need to do something right now though. Like I'm actually falling behind otherwise. Yeah, I think this is the turn that I have to take this turn off. I just have to take this turn off and just cross my fingers here. We'll lose to Pact, obviously, if they find loam. We lose to Pact if they find... we actually lose to Depths, too. Crop Rod is also lethal. Library doesn't kill me. Okay, maybe I should have played Gruul Turf there instead of the field, because what Gruul Turf does... I guess it's worse if I draw an Amulet. But what Gruul Turf would have done is it means that if I find another untapped source off the top, I can actually just hardcast this once upon a time. Library is kind of scary though. Force would be a really good draw. Because if I can force library and probably the Shadow Spear on upkeep, that would be great. What the hell's going on? Like what? Where did my opponent just? Okay, so we do get to pay for a pact, which means our game is not over immediately. So that's good. Force Raminap. It's kind of interesting. It means that now I'm scared of combinations of cards. I'm not scared to any single card right now. Because even if my opponent has, so they draw 2. So now if they have Loam plus Exploration, that's a problem. But if they just have Loam, they can only destroy 1 land at a time, and then Raminap just gets it back. So it's not really that big of a deal. So they did fight Loam. So they got Wasteland, Blast Zone, and Chasm. So Waste, Zone, Chasm. There's the Waste. They should waste right now, otherwise I just get to cast this once upon a time. Bog would be a pretty good draw. Amulet is my best draw, I think. Exploration would be pretty good too. Exploration would allow me to do some nasty stuff. Expedition map. Endurance is fantastic. So I can do Wasteland. Seems reasonable. Now I imagine my opponent's gonna crack map. And if they don't, yeah, so they're gonna crap map not knowing that I have endurance to shuffle back the loam. So we'll see what they get. GWB Maverick. I think now is the best time to do this. Yeah, but the library is gonna be kind of hard to beat. Library is gonna be kind of hard to beat. They still have Blast Zone and Glacial Chasm. And I guess my best draw would be Fetch Land. Fetch Land allows me to cast Titan. Seeds of Innocence. And it's not bad. It's not bad. They gain 1 life. I mean, it's not incredible. They still have a library, right? But at least that slows them down significantly. Also, now my clock is a little bit more real. Blast Zone. Crucible. Sure. Play Saga. 7 for 4. Classic Crucible mirror match. A little bit surprised they played Crucible instead of bumping up the Blast Zone. Yeah, they can only play one land a turn. Yeah, I would have done that last turn, I think. And now we're just gonna tighten them now. This is just too late. I think this is just too late. Unless they have 4s. If they have 4s plus green card, maybe they slow us down. Ramana plus Stride is a strong engine in this matchup. I do appreciate my opponent having all of the correct arts. I respect that. We know. Oh, I guess they have glacial chasm. So they probably have to chasm here, actually. They may have to glacial chasm now. Play Wasteland. Blow up Saga. Okay. So now they're just dead. Valakut. Jukebog. Face. Okay. Alright. Maybe I just need the other endurance too. Just to put on a clock. This much is kind of interesting. It feels like there's just so many things to... There's just so many things to kind of see, right? Like to weigh. Like I feel like Summer Bloom is actually pretty good here, but it's not gonna be too good unless I have Ramen up. Maybe on the draw, Summer Bloom is better, allows me to keep up, and then I can cut what, an Amulet? Is Saga? Maybe. Very interesting. Very, very interesting matchup. Okay. Sound looks solid. My opponent's exploration is much nicer than mine. But I have 2 of them. No! I mean, we're even, right? So it's not really that big of a deal. It was the 2 for 2. I think I'm just gonna play the other growth chamber and just say go here. We got force, we got Boseiju, exploration, okay. Opponent's playing exploration tribal. Wasteland. So I probably have to Boseiju this, right? So I guess I shouldn't have waited until this went on the stack. Play that. Say go. 3 cards in hand. Really gotta dodge Wasteland here. Really gotta dodge Wasteland. So I think I have to pact for endurance now. Otherwise I can just never keep up with the Wasteland. And if my opponent has another Wasteland, we lose. But I guess that's fine. I have accepted my fate. Damn it. That blanks the endurance attack. Yes, Saga is nice though. I'm not gonna make my opponent click. Just not worth either of our time. Just don't flip a Wasteland, please. Oh, they didn't dredge loam. Interesting. Well, now they're gonna find Wasteland. So that's bad for me. Yep. I'm gonna blow up the Saga now. Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know why I attacked there. I totally just blanked on the maze of it. It's okay. So now they can loan back the Wasteland. Wasteland, custom, basic. So waste, I guess custom forest. I'm gonna make a token. Maybe they'll kill this. Yeah, I need the Wujuga Bog. I need the Wujuga Bog right now. Expedition map also does it. Map, bog. Another Saga. So I think I'm gonna go aggro now. I'm gonna get aggressive here. So now if they want to Wasteland me, they can't mace me. That's my thought process here. What the hell? Well, I was not expecting that. All this time, I thought I was the one playing Primeval Titan. Well, now we lose. Actually, never mind, we lose. All of this time, I thought I was the Primeval Titan deck. Turns out I was wrong. Yep. I definitely did not expect that, I'll tell you. I can do that, but it doesn't achieve anything, so I'm just gonna concede. All right, we got. See you next round. All right, last round. Let's see if this time we can be the superior Primeval Titan deck. Not with this hand though. This one's nicer. We really need a bounce land here. I think I'm gonna bottom the Dryad. Actually, we already have the Valakut in hand, so I'm gonna bottom the Exploration. And the reason to bottom the Exploration is that with Exploration, with Amulet, a single bounce land equals to enough mana. Delverino. Huh. No days. I love that. Can we draw a bounce land, please? No flip. No flip is good. We have a bunch of caverns, which I would love to draw. Another Delver. They didn't set up the top of the deck. I'm gonna run into days here. But getting them back on mana seemed potentially relevant. Would they top deck the days? Okay. Wasteland. I mean, if I find the bounce land, we win, right? So, because my opponent just immediately killed my Valakut. So if I do manage to find the bounce land here, we may be in business. At this point, maybe they have like force or something, but like I'm dying in the air anyway, so I can't really wait. Yeah, pretty unfortunate. A little bit unlucky here that we're not getting land drops. A little bit unlucky that we're not getting all land drops in our 30 land deck. But again, like one bounce land just fixes the issue immediately. This is gonna be a Murktide. Looks like it. We're just gonna jam into force because we're dead on board otherwise. So bounce land. Okay, so carpet, endurance. I think that's it. So cut some summer blooms. I kind of like Amulet. Maybe a couple of acts can go. And we try to be a little bit grindier. A little bit lower to the ground. But I mean, I'm bringing in carpet, so, we're more likely to cast prime time. Just got summer blooms, straight up. I guess Wasteland over Caracas. Yeah, this feels good to me. Okay. Here's a Saga. Here's an Amulet. Wonder if my opponent has something Wasteland. Okay. Here's a carpet. If they have Meltdown or something like that. Okay. Once upon a time. Yes, let's make some green mana. And I'm gonna play around. Days here. Fetch a Saga. So go. Expressive iteration. Okay. Opponent missing land drops. They did draw the iteration though. There's a wasteland. Pass the turn. I think we have a little bit of time here. Blow up the Yavimaya. That's 2 wastelands gone. That is 2 wastelands gone. Interesting that they knew about this saga. Like I revealed the saga of the Once Upon a Time. It's more mana for the good guys. So I'm gonna say yes to this. Make blue mana. And I'm gonna transmit for Cavern of Souls. Your go. So now my opponent can wasteland my growth chamber. If they do, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. Meltdown. Yeah, don't care whatsoever. Don't care at all. You are super dead, opponent. That's a good pickup. Yes, green mana. It's named Giant. Let's cast this guy. Gonna get Bojuka Bog and I think Balakut. Maybe could be getting Saga. There's an argument for Saga. There's an argument for another Cavern. A couple of different ways that we can go about things here. Yeah, this is why I was thinking, you know, Maze of It could be a good addition to the deck. I think we're gonna win this game though. Brainstorm exiled. Okay. This is interesting. So let's say no. And I'm gonna pact first. If they have force, they have to force this. Yeah, there we go. Force of Will, pitching Murktide. I already used T-West. I'm gonna play Endurance right now. Another force. Interesting. Swing. Field. And I think Field and Saga. This is 6 damage. I don't care about Murktide. So we only lose to double Lightning Bolt. Oh, I actually do care about the Murktide, never mind. Because my opponent can just block the prime time. Alright, show me the 2 bolts. They have them. That's just sad, man. That's just so sad. Alright, let's wrap this thing up. Learned a couple of things. Number one, Wasteland is a big deal. We did beat a couple of Wasteland decks though, so there's definitely some game to be had, and your opponent still needs to draw the Wasteland, and you put a ton of pressure very quickly on them, so you don't give them that much time. But Wasteland is, as I would have expected, an issue. Summer Bloom was really bad. It really felt like the worst card in the deck. I don't think we should be playing it, and if we are playing it, we should not be playing 4 copies, maybe like 2 at most, and then we can make room for some other stuff. Endurance could be just another good addition, just like play a couple 2 or 3 endurances in the main deck. Like, this card is just so versatile. It's a great way to bridge the gap towards our top end and stuff like that, so pretty powerful there. Summoner's Pact was a little bit awkward, and I'm wondering whether we should even be playing it. Like, we probably have to, because it just, just Amulet by design works in such a way that Greens and Zenith doesn't really work as well, because Zenith requires you to have 1 more mana, and Amulet plus Bounce Land plus Summer Bloom or Exploration and Dryad, etc. You very often end up with exactly 6 mana, no more, no less. I guess sometimes less. You sometimes end up with 5, but usually you end up with 6 mana, which makes it a little bit awkward to fit the Greens and Zenith, but kind of is what it is. What else? I feel like, like the cards that I was talking about earlier that I wanted to make room for actually would have been game changers, like Radiant Fountain, as I said, and Maze of Ith as well. So those cards, making room for those cards seems probably harsh, but they do have their place, and it feels like they could be an interesting addition to the deck. Besides that, Boseiju was just felt a little bit lackluster. I wonder if we can make room for main deck Peeling Needle. What that will do is, make the Wasteland issue a little bit more bearable. Although you are still running into, your opponent having access to like forces and stuff, right? But I just want to cut the Summer Blooms. I think that they're not very good. What else? Asusa could be an addition as well. Raminap was actually quite fantastic, particularly against the Wasteland decks. Carpet was very good there versus Delver, but still not enough, because my opponent managed to sneak under. Yeah, and they obviously they got pretty lucky, but at the same time they cantripped a bunch and stuff. The second field, we didn't play against any control decks, so maybe it's not even worth it. I mean, I would assume that we have a pretty solid control matchup anyway, right? It's like It's like a post, right? We're in a very similar space where the control decks are pretty just we play exactly the game plan that the control decks truly struggle with. So um, what else? What else? What else? I'm honestly surprised that we were able to win 2 matches. And like the first losing the first match was just an aberration of nature. Um, Against lands, I was really surprised by them having the Primeval Titan, but I still feel like if once they get their engine going, it's just so hard to stop. So maybe because of that, we should have access to more graveyard hate. Like endurance is definitely not as good as something like Bujuga Bog. Maybe I should have, even to the point where I should have brought in Tormod's Crypt. Honestly, maybe it should be Relic. Maybe it should be something else. Soul God Lantern, whatever. But some form of a graveyard hit could matter. Um, there's just so many cards and so little space, it's really hard to fit everything. But the main conclusion though is that I wasn't surprised by exploration being busted. Like I obviously assumed that that was going to be the case, but I was very very surprised by how bad Summerbloom was and how consistently bad it was as well. Like in order to make this card work, you just need to have a critical mass of bounce lands. You just need to have 10 bounce lands in your deck. Like that's what the Amulet decks of back in the day did, and I don't think that we can really afford to play that many bounce lands. So because of the wasteland problem, so because of that, it puts us in a pretty awkward spot where you kind of want to play the card, but it just doesn't quite function. So because of that, I think I would cut all Summer Blooms, add one Azusa as a pack target, and then maybe one more endurance and maybe two more lands, potentially untap green sources on one. The fourth Cavern of Souls could also be interesting. Maze of Fifth is another consideration. Potentially a second copy of Yabimaya. A bunch of different places that we could go, but it gave me hope though. Like this league at least gave me hope that I wasn't as helpless as I imagined I was going to be. Like I'm still surprised that we managed to beat Maverick. Like that matchup feels like it could be like just an absolute nightmare, but the way that it played out, it was just kind of okay. My opponent made a couple of mistakes though. I feel like game one we kind of got away with murder because my opponent started to attack a little bit too aggressively with the knight. But yeah, hopefully you had some fun. I sure did, even though it could have gone worse. It could have gone worse. I have won 4 leagues before, so going 2 and 3 is not the absolute worst. But Legacy feels kind of fun actually. Maybe I should be playing some more Legacy. Maybe we should be making room for Reclaimer in this shell. I don't know how the hell we're gonna make room for Flagstones of Drokair in the shell, but it would certainly be interesting. That's gonna be it though. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video, folks. Take care. Bye bye.